Hey y'all, so I am here at Antiques and More in D'Iberville. So I found them online and looks like they might have some cool stuff. So I'm gonna go in and see what I can find. Stay tuned. Y'all, this place is huge and there's like so much stuff here. Like I'm just gonna start doing short videos of some of the stuff I find because this place is dangerous. It's awesome. Y'all, look at this pink. Can't tell how pink it is. Pink Miss America glass, which is my favorite pattern. I have a green Miss America. The pink, I've been dying. Look at this. Like, look how amazing this stuff is. That should look familiar to Chloe. So I actually bought like a tray, I think I showed you, that is this exact pattern with the sterling overlay floral console bowl is what that is, but I have a little tray with that same pattern, sterling, very cool. So now I know that the one I have actually is sterling. More Amberina. All kinds of like carnival, some really pretty carnival pieces, red, some black. Interesting, very unique. Some of that blue carnival. Like, there's just so much stuff here, y'all. You have no idea. Y'all, I just love that lamp. The maid part doesn't come on there, but I just think that's so pretty. It's electric, 20% off, and it's $39 now. I don't know. We'll see. It's gorgeous. Okay, still here. That's good. Bad news is I've been here like an hour and a half. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting kind of anxious and overwhelmed. So I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last, but hold on, let me show you something I found. Look at all the uranium glass. Sweet, blurry. Cool, huh? Not all of it is, but it is pretty clearly marked. Like that stuff's just green. And then you already have some of these. I think actually you have that too, but saw that and I thought of you. So fun. Dude, how freaking cool was that? If I had like a place to put that, it's like the weird stuff I like. Yo, I have been trying to find a standing ashtray. Like, how awesome is that? It's on sale for $40, but I'm also buying a bunch of other glass, so I think I'll have to let this one pass for a minute, but how fun is that? Oh my gosh, guys. So I finally made it out of there. It's now 4:20. So I have been in there since, what, just like right after 2 o'clock. Yeah, right after 2 o'clock. Came here right after my lash appointment. Check out those bad boys. Candy at Gulf Coast Lashes hooked me up. I feel like myself again. I feel fantastic. But yeah, so I finally just got out of there. I could have spent so much more time there, but I was starting to get like super overwhelmed and anxious, and 2 hours is a long time for me to do anything. So, but I did pick up some stuff. So I am going to get out of here first, and then I will do an unveiling so you can see what I got. And again, let me turn around and see. This is Antiques and More here in D'Iberville. Fantastic selection, and the people working here were just the best. They were so nice. But yeah, so stay tuned because it'll be a fun one. Bye, y'all. Hey guys. So I am here again with Juju and part of the crew. Well, the whole crew is here. Dwight is, camera shy. But Juju and Emma are here keeping me company. So, as you know, I went to a new antique place today that I found that was huge, and I spent like, what, 2.5 hours there, I think. It was a little overwhelming. I started to get like very anxious and like stressed. Like I was like done about halfway, 3/4 of the way through. So lots of awesome stuff though. So definitely a place to check out. like I said, I mean, you've seen kind of what I was looking at, but they had, I mean, just everything, like baby clothes. They also, so they had vintage things, antique things, and then they also had like some more modern things, like some of the more like modern signage, you know, that people like, you know, make themselves, and more of like that sort of like coastal look. Lots of glass, lots of military memorabilia, lots of old toys, you know, photos, sports memorabilia. I think I already said military stuff, you know, farm things, kitchen stuff. So just a plethora of things. So either go with absolutely no plan and just see what's there, or go with a really specific plan and try and focus on that. So just kind of depends. But I did pick up a couple of things, so I wanted to show you what I got. So we'll move forward. So here's my box, actually. Let's do this. So, and everybody who worked there was so fantastic. They took some of my stuff up to the front for me. They wrapped it, packaged it, put it in this box. I did not buy like a ton of stuff, but they just wanted to make sure that it was packaged very well and safely because it is glass. And actually one of the staff carried part of it out to my car for me, which really they didn't need to do because I could have made a second trip. It wasn't that serious, but they were very, very helpful, very friendly, checked on me the whole time I was there. So it was very nice. So this is what I'm going to be working with tonight. We'll start pulling stuff out of here. So, you know, you saw some of the stuff that I chose to feature, but like I said, there's just so much more stuff there. You know, some of it's really nice quality. Some of it, you know, you kind of got to search for. Also, it is a vendor market, so that means that each of the booths is a different vendor, and the vendors set their own pricing. So if a vendor thinks it's worth something, that's what they're going to price it at. So just, you know, bear that in mind. And that's true of any vendor mall, but a lot of the antique places now, that's kind of how they work, is with vendor booths. So just something to keep in mind when you're looking at pricing. So I actually only bought four pieces today. And I'll show them to you. So this is piece number 1. Sorry about that. Let's delay that, huh? It's not in the way. Actually, let's set it on the ground, because we're just gonna end up putting the stuff back in here anyways. Emma's probably gonna come check it out. That's fine. So this is the first thing that I saw when I walked in. Well, not the very first thing I saw when I walked in, but the first piece I saw that when I walked in that I just really liked. So this is Fenton piece. So this is Fenton glass. Fenton, I want to say iridescent glass, which is really pretty. Fenton is the glass company that makes it. I think I've mentioned Fenton pieces before. I think I do have a piece that actually still has the Fenton sticker. So they are a glass company. And this piece is just really pretty. So it's this pink sort of iridescent glass, you can see, but I don't have my black light. It's in my purse, because trust me, I walked through the whole place, like black light and everything. I mean, you saw. So it's not like technically something that, you know, it's not a uranium piece, but it does glow because it does have that opaqueness to it. So it'll look pretty under the black light if I choose to put it there. If not, I mean, it's still just a gorgeous piece, and Fenton pieces tend to hold their value. You know, of course, value being what someone's willing to pay for it, as with all things. But I just thought this was really pretty, a very unique kind of shape, pattern, color, style. So this is the first piece that I got. And actually, when I found this piece, one of the nice ladies working there saw that I had picked it up and asked if I wanted her to kind of set it up front for me. I said, sure. well, because we kind of chatted about it because it was Fenton, and she's like, oh yeah, the Fenton is, you know, those are nice pieces. I'm like, yeah, absolutely, the Fenton's gorgeous. So she actually found another piece that she had seen and brought it to me to see if it was something I might be interested in, and it was. It's a little different than what I have traditionally bought. But so this is another piece. Now, I don't know if this is Fenton or not. I am thinking that it probably is, just because the color on this really matches the color on this one, and the way that iridescent, the milky part is, they seem to kind of match a little bit. So this is a piece that she found for me, which is really pretty, and I didn't realize it at the time because I thought it just kind of looked like starry, but it actually kind of almost looks like a flower, which is fun. Again, so this piece is not originally made to glow, but it will under a black light, just because of the opaqueness of it. So I also snagged this little piece. Well, it's actually a decent size piece. If I really wanted to, I think it's supposed to be maybe like a fruit bowl, but if I really wanted to, I could hang it on the wall too, if I didn't want to put it under the lights, which I have so much stuff under those lights right now, it might just end up being a wall piece. But yeah, so this is the other piece, and I'm, like I said, I'm 99% sure that it's a Fenton piece, and so I snagged that too. And they're doing sales this weekend since it's Memorial Day weekend. So a lot of the booths, I mean, the booths have their own sales, obviously, but a lot of them were, 20% off certain things, 20% off and less firm. So there were some sales to be found. This piece is the last piece of kind of separate glass that I bought. And this is, I mean, those two are pretty unique. I mean, obviously I like the pink, and Fenton is one of the companies that I really like, because their pieces just, I don't want to say they're more unique, because every company kind of has their own style, but the Fenton pieces I just think are they have a very classic sort of pretty look to them, at least the ones that I have. So now this is fun. Of course it is, because if it wasn't fun, I wouldn't have bought it. So this is a bowl, and this is actually carnival glass, and it's rare carnival glass. So this is actually white carnival glass, or I guess clear carnival glass. You can see the iridescence in it. Like, I mean, you can't not see that. I know the TV, I think, might be reflecting a little bit, but it is iridescent, and this is and it's iridescent inside and outside. This is actually carnival glass, and I have never seen a piece of clear carnival glass before. So I was chatting, of course I was, with the women who were working there, and they were telling me that these are hard pieces to find. I guess they get them periodically there, but I was telling them that, like, I like the carnival glass, but I've never seen this color. And they were like, well, yeah, that's because it's hard to find. So this was the last piece that person happened to have in their booth. I don't know how often, if it's just that booth that gets it or other ones, but yeah, so I picked this up because, I mean, I'm not sure when I would find it again. I mean, maybe now it'll be one of those things I see all the time, because that, sometimes that's how that works, but I just thought that was definitely very unique, that clear carnival glass. It's so pretty. I mean, that's just very feminine, very just, kind of classic looking. So that's the last piece of separate glass that I bought, because as you know, I have been buying like a lot of glass, and I think that was the point at which I started to get kind of anxious, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm buying like all of these. I'm buying a lot, and and there was just a lot to look at, so I needed to kind of back myself off. So there's the last piece of separate glass. I did, however, purchase one more thing, and I'm excited about it, and Jim's the reason that I kind of decided I was gonna buy it, because he's just the best. So I showed you in the video, you guys know I collect ashtrays. And they had, I mean, ashtrays, lighters, they had all kinds of those there too, just kind of depending on what you were looking at. I'm pretty picky when it comes to, at least the ashtrays, I'm like super picky about. Like, I don't just want the glass ashtray that's like, you know, Best Western, Holiday Inn. I want something that's like really original. And the lighters, kind of the same way, because I mean, you can find all kinds of that stuff in a lot of places. I really want mine to be kind of just very different. But one of the things I've been looking for ashtrays is a standing ashtray, because they made them and there's all different kinds of them and you can find them online, but they're hard to find locally. I haven't seen any standing ashtrays locally, at least in person, and finding them online, which is not my favorite way to shop for vintage stuff unless I'm doing like one of the auctions. Finding them online, the pricing, they're not always in the best of shape, and the pricing is a little high, and then you're paying for shipping, which also then increases the pricing. So I've been looking for a standing ashtray because I just think they're really interesting, but again, I'm also kind of picky because I like the glass, and I want, if I'm going to spend money on something, I want it to be something that I really like. So this is all to say that I did show you that I found a standing ashtray today. This is it. I'm sure you saw it earlier. So this is all glass. So this is glass. This is like tin. So these metal pieces, like the decorative pieces, these are tin. And then this runs through the center. Now, I don't know if there's some kind of, oh, is that for the bolt to come off? Yeah. Well, that bolt is not coming off. I guess if you wanted to remove the bottom, but that thing is rusted on there. So this is the standing ashtray that I sent you all, or that I put earlier, like one of the little videos. And of course it came with the ashtray. So this just sits in here like this. I'm gonna pick it up and try not to break anything in the process. So standing ashtray, and just sits in there, and you could swap this out with another one that fit if you wanted to. But it's in, I mean, just pristine condition. Like there, no chips, no cracks. I don't know if it was repainted, but the finish on the tin is excellent. It's, I mean, like I said, it's just, this is probably one of the best ones I've seen. Well, it's the only one I've seen in person, I can tell you that. But looking online, this is probably one of the best ones that I've seen, especially for the price. So originally, this was listed at $75, but because it's a sale today, for some people are picking their sale stuff, I got this for more than 50% off. I had to do the math in my head really quick, which you guys know is not my strong suit. So originally $75, I got it for more than 50% off. And I actually, the only reason I decided to actually buy it, because I was thinking about it, but I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm buying like this other glass. I sent a picture to Jim and was like, look what I found. And he was like, wow, that's really cool. It's in really good shape. And I was like, well, like, you know, here's the price and here's what it was. And he was like, you should get it. You should definitely get it. Because he also knows that I've been looking for a standing ashtray. So, so I got that too and got it for a really great price. Like I said, I mean, this thing is in great shape. And considering what I've seen them sell for online, plus then you're talking about shipping and all of that, which is just a nightmare. Because I mean, it's solid. It has to be. It's all glass. Like the glass is real glass, so it's heavy. there's no way you could ship this cheaply, and unless you're going to do local pickup, which around here is a challenge if, you know, as far as how good of shape it's going to be in. So this piece is just fantastic. I'm really excited about it. But I'm also like very appreciative that Jim was so supportive and encouraging and was like, you have to buy that. Like, okay, done. Check. So that is my haul for today. And like I said, I can't remember the name of the auction, or the antique place. I'll go back and put the little pop-up at the bottom. But they were fantastic. Like I said, you should definitely plan to spend several hours there. This is just the stuff that I bought. I mean, there was other stuff that I was interested in. There was other stuff that I liked. There was stuff that like I'm sure I didn't even see because, as I said, about halfway, 3/4 of the way through, I was getting really overwhelmed and anxious and like stressed about it. So I needed to just kind of like make myself know that I had gone through the whole place, so I didn't feel bad about that, like I maybe missed something, but then get out. So that's where I was today. But fantastic pieces. I'll definitely be going back. The staff was fantastic. They were wonderful. They update regularly. I mean, people were updating while I was there. So there you have it. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I am not planning on doing anything else the rest of the weekend, so do not expect any more of these for at least 2, 3, maybe 4 days. Oh, probably longer. I really need to go back on, I'm just gonna run out of space. Like, I'm gonna start just putting stuff in boxes and putting it in a room somewhere. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna need a storage unit. So there's that. Thanks, y'all. Bye.